Okay, good evening. It's 8:01. Hi, everybody. So I just got done doing the Opportunity Zoom, and I was telling those that were on it, sometimes when you get really worked up and um, it's so good when you're in action and when you're doing presentations and stuff, because it's always this beautiful reminder of why you said yes and why you love this so, so much. And when I was done with it, I was like, oh, that felt good. And I was like ready to go upstairs. And then I realized I got one more to go. I almost forgot to get onto this one because I was so jacked up. So anyway, I have something really exciting that I want to share with you guys that I just can't get out of my brain since Charleston. But before I do that, I just want to remind you, so Kansas City is still at the low price of $99, their lowest rate, and that has been extended to February 23rd. So that February 23rd till Saturday. So it's $99 till Saturday. So if you or someone you know has not made that commitment yet, you know what I would do, you guys, is I would go back into your back office. And if you are someone that has had a team or brought in distributors that have been stagnant, or you know that they haven't committed yet, I would call them up and I would let some of your friends in upline know. I'm going to be making calls in the next hour to some of my team and tell them about Kansas City. Would you be available for third-party validation to offer up your story as to why events are so important? And then maybe, oh, my nose is tickling. And then maybe we can just have like a conversation with them about their why again, and why they said yes in the beginning, and where they're at right now, and maybe address some of the fears they have, and just get them to Kansas City. Because for so many of us, really, if we wanted to, we could caravan, we could get in a car, we could drive there. There's so many ways to make it affordable. Gloria Brinker got an Airbnb that fits like up to 20 people. And she had a team meeting the other night in Minnesota, had so many people that will be first timers going to Kansas City. They're going to drive, they're going to caravan, they're going to share this house. So just really, I think this should be one of those events that you completely go out of your way to contact people that just haven't gone for a while, and just really let's try to inspire them to take action in their life in a really big way to get there. There's plenty of time to plan that. Again, the influencer program that has started, it started at the beginning of February. It goes till the end of June. It's a 1, 2, 3 program, becoming a Pro 3 or creating a Pro 3, 2 new distributors per month or 10 by the end of June, 3 new customers per month or 15 by the end of June. Really have that in your mindset. And I think I've got a great way to help us get there. And then also Ireland, we've got 2 more months left to Ireland. So I know the Powells are in the running. I know the Scotts are in the running. I am in the running. I really want to get my husband there, which means a lot of hard work. So those of us are in the running for that. Or even if you really want to go after it, in these next 2 months, take a look at it, crunch the numbers, or let me help you crunch the numbers, and let's see maybe what we could do to get you that trip to Ireland. Okay, next, I talked about this Saturday. I had kind of a little Super Saturday starting over training at my house. It was very impromptu, and we'll do another one soon. But one of the first things we went over was communication. So I want to remind everyone the 2 ways that I communicate with this team are through WhatsApp and through Team Act. So if you are not getting communication from either one of those, I think all of you are on Team Act. All of you should be on WhatsApp. If you are not for some reason, then let me know and I'll make sure you're added to the group. But if you're not getting communication, or you're feeling out of the loop, or you don't know what's going on, that is something you're self-inflicting upon yourself, because those are the only 2 ways I'm doing it. I don't singularly text anybody else. So just make sure you're getting communication, especially you're trying to create a massive business here. So you want to make sure you know exactly what's going on. That includes, so tonight through the end of the month, there will be an opportunity presentation every single day except on Sundays. That includes Saturdays as well. So do not get overwhelmed by the fact that you're going to get a message every day about an opportunity presentation. have in your mindset, okay, now I know who's going tonight. Now I know who knows who is presenting tonight. And know that when you're talking to people and inviting, know that there's always going to be something you can plug them into that day or the next for them to take a look at what we encompass. I believe every evening they will be around the 7 p.m. mark. I think, though, on Friday will be pretty fun. I think Marisa is doing like a happy hour opportunity presentation. She's going to have her Axio in like a wine glass and do a happy hour presentation. So that'll be pretty fun. And then Saturday morning, I'll be doing a presentation at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So just know there's always stuff there for you. The other thing, on Team Act, at the very top is an announcement. You'll see little tabs, and under that announcement, again, if you bring in a new distributor, you can tag them on that announcement, and that announcement lists out every call, every training for the week. This is something you should have in your calendars. That is the first thing I have in my calendars are the mastermind Zooms, Stu and Carrie's call, Thursday night calls. I always have them in there, and even if I can't get on them, I always try to make it a priority too, or know that I can listen to a recording. And then also the proven plan calls on Saturday mornings. Those are also a big deal too, but all of that is on that announcement. And then lastly, don't forget Vitality Living, letting someone know when you've added someone and then tagging them on the announcement. And also Vitality Hustle. The Vitality Hustle page is a really fun page, and that is where people are basically just building excitement. Just got a new PC, just signed a new distributor, just got somebody a hair care sample. It's just a ton of momentum of activity that's taking place. And on the Vitality Hustle page are some really great lives from distributors that are making a lot of things happen. So if you're on that page, go take a look. If you're not, let me know and I'll make sure that you get added. And then lastly, onepersonbigdifference.net. If you have not gone to that website and have not added yourself, make sure you do. And once you do, text Rich Scott and he will approve you for that site, because on that site is the blueprint. And that blueprint is something you can print out. We went over it again on Saturday. It's something that you should have for every new person that you bring in, to show them where their website is, to show them why the importance of 200 PV per month, to plan their launch, to help them with the invite, to help them with their databasing. Make sure you always have one of those on hand for your new people. Okay, so Taylor Worry in Charleston talked about getting 100 no's in 90 days. And I can't stop thinking about this. Because more than ever, I think, I talked last week about, Darren talked about what is an influencer. And he said an influencer is hungry. An influencer knows what they want and they go after it. And I think for a while, I kind of lost my hunger. I didn't really know my why. And I found it and I want it really, really bad. And when I think about going after 10 distributors and 15 customers, that can be daunting and that can stress you out. But when I think about going for 100 no's, it completely changes my mindset. I feel more free, I feel less fearless, and it's something I really, really, really want to do. And so I want to talk about that tonight because I want to invite you to do this with me. And then I'm going to think about this throughout the week. And then on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to have a team Zoom and we're going to talk about 100 no's in 90 days together as a team. Because I think massive things could happen if we do that. So I have this book called Go for Now. So I broke it out tonight. And I want to read some of this to you because it makes so much sense. It says, after the conversation with Harold, I started really looking at what sets successful people apart from the masses. And their willingness to fail was at the top of the list. Statistically, only 5% of the population will be able to retire without assistance. 36% will have already died, 6 will continue working, and a staggering 53% will be dependent on friends, relatives, government, or charity for their survival. And who do you think gets to be in the lucky 5%? The people who failed the most during their lifetimes. That's who. Successful people fail eagerly, while failures avoid failing. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but no can never hurt me. Got a bunch of stuff tagged here. My willingness to hear no got me on the right track in my career, but it was my wantingness to fail that catapulted me to the top. I read in this book, but explain the difference to me again. I read this in the book, but explain the difference to me again. Sure, this is a conversation taking place. A willingness to fail means a person will tolerate just enough failure to get what they need from life and no more. But a wantingness, on the other hand, means you're not just tolerating the no's in your life, you're actually beginning to seek them. When you develop a true wantingness to fail, rejection starts to be fun. Says who? Where is it written that rejection has to be awful? Why can't rejection be only slightly annoying or amusing, and for that matter, exciting and energizing? While we have absolutely no control over the actions of others, we do have total and complete control over how we react. What if we decided to make each no we received, I'm getting so excited reading this, I'm just telling you. What if we decided to make each no we received and every rejection we encountered something that empowers us? Instead of avoiding rejection, what if we made the decision to seek it? Instead of avoiding no, or perhaps simply tolerating it, what if we went out of our way to actually go for no? Rather than setting goals for the number of yeses you are planning to get, you set goals for the number of no's you're going to collect. Would you agree that the average salesperson slows down? I'm not going to read that. Okay. Oh, stay in your comfortable. I think it's just another way. Okay, it says rewarding themselves by ruining their chances at having a record-breaking week or month. No, I think it's just another way of staying within comfort zones and avoiding the pain of rejection. Most people classify the amount of pain they must endure to survive in this world as necessary pain. Anything beyond that, by definition, is unnecessary pain. That's why it becomes so easy to dodge that extra effort. We've labeled it in our minds as unnecessary. The most empowering word in the world is not yes. The most empowering word in the world is no. I told them that hearing yes is the easy part of the job and teaches you virtually nothing, but learning to hear no over and over again and to never quit, now that builds character and self-esteem. That's empowering. What do we think of that? Fun, right? I hope that's not an L for loser, Diana.
Okay, I have to say something. So my husband does direct sales also. And when they do training, and they do more towards businesses, and they have someone that trains with them and they go door to door, they don't talk about how much, like how many people did you sign up or protect, they say, but how many no's did you get when they're in their training period? And they go for the 100 no's. They're like, how many no's did you get today? And that's where their focus is at. And it's huge. It changes your perspective big time.
What is your husband's energy like when knowing that he's going for no's?
Yeah. He's just like, okay, next. I mean, no time is wasted dwelling on, well, why wouldn't they see? It's a great product. Why wouldn't they use it? Next. It's just on to the next one. But it makes sense. I remind myself a lot. I'm like, do you have 100 no's? No.
Mm-hmm. So I want to do this, you guys, and I want to use Team Act as the forum. I don't want to create another page. Like there's too many pages. I just want it all to be on Team ACT. And I want you to put everything you can on there. And there's going to be plenty of people that aren't on the Zoom or don't know what's going on, but they're going to feel that energy. And I just think it can do really incredible things for people. And this was one of the invites that Taylor shared at the event. He said, he was talking to Amy. He said, Amy, we talked like 6 months ago and you crapped all over my company and you wouldn't even take a look at it. Well, I'm doing this competition. I have to have 100 people say no to my business in the next 90 days. Clearly, you could be one of those people for me. Would you come take a look? Would you come take a look at it so you can give me a no? Because I'm nowhere near my 100 no's right now. Will you come and take a look at it for me? Is that easy? That's so easy, right? So I did this. So I wanted to be able to do some of this before I came on here and sounded like a crazy person. So and at church on Sunday, there was this guy I was having a conversation with, and he sounded like an influencer. And that's crazy. So he has a job, he has a business where he does something with recycling, and then he works at night 2 to 11 at Wells Fargo and does like phone banking. And he was talking about the fact that he just really wants to work really hard in the next 5 to 10 years so that by the end of the 5 to 10 years, he can have about $100,000 in the bank. And then he wants to move to Washington with his wife, and they're going to buy a bed and breakfast, and then they're just going to kind of leverage the bed and breakfast. I had to talk to him, right? So I talked to him and I'm like, Danny, I go, everything you said to me, I'm like, you're a network marketer. You're an influencer. You're the kind of person I'm looking for. I am challenging myself to get 100 no's in the next 90 days. And I really believe that you need to see our comp plan. You need to see our business structure, because I could help you get 100 grand way before 5 to 10 years. And you wouldn't even have to open a bed and breakfast. And he goes, is this network marketing? That's what he said. So of course I said, yes, it is. I go, what do you know about it? He's like, well, I've tried it before. And he likes the fact that with his business, he can sell to like businesses and leverage that way instead of selling to people. So he's like, I appreciate you, thinking of me. And I'm like, either way I go, I'm sending you our ABC report because I can't get a true no from you until I send this to you, until you look at it. So just watch this for me and then tell me if you're a confirmed no. And he watched and he was a confirmed no. But it was so easy. Like, it was so fun. I was so unattached because I was looking for the no, because I really wanted like some science to bring into the Zoom tonight, to tell you, here's my clinical study, here's what happened. And then I did it with a friend as well. So I approached this friend a long time ago about the business. So I called her up and I texted her and I'm like, I did a voice text. And I'm like, Lisa, I go, I know you're not interested in the business. I know you love your job. But I'm looking for 100 no's in 90 days. I'm challenging myself with my company. So would you at least take a look at our ABC investigative report and look at it from the product perspective? Because I really think this is something that you might find interesting for you and your family. And then she says to me, which she has not commented, liked, loved, nothing on my Facebook page, well, I have been thinking about the hair care. So, people are looking. But again, it was just so easy because I said, I'm trying to get 100 no's, challenging myself in my company in the next 90 days. So if you're no big deal, but I just think you should look at this in regards to the products for your family. That was it. Think of yourself doing that versus the other way around, when you're expecting a yes, or worse, you're not sure what they'll say, so you're caught up in the next thing to say, and then you get hung up, and then you throw up on them, and then you say too much, and then it just becomes this whole thing where you can't stop thinking about it, and then it holds you back from doing any action at all, right? Yeah. Okay, I have a whiteboard in my office behind me, and crazy enough, I measured it out, and I have 100 squares on there. And I am going to fill that sucker in the next 90 days with 100 names. Each square, well, here's the hope, that we have a tough time getting to 100, right? That we have a tough time getting to 100. So I think if we have we have the team Zoom on Saturday, And then we started on Monday. So I just want your guys' feedback on this. We started on Monday the 25th, or maybe we just started like, why wait, right? We should start at Saturday. So we start Saturday the 23rd after the Zoom, and we go 90 days till then. But I just wanted your feedback too. You don't have to do it tonight. Maybe bring it to the Zoom on Saturday. Like fun ways to track it, or you know what I mean? Like to keep each other accountable. I don't want it to just be something floating in the air. We need to all have some kind of way where we're tracking it and holding each other accountable to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Who wants to do it? Who gets excited by this? Yeah. Why are you doing this, Vicki? It's like you're saying yes and no.
I want to do it, but I'm not that excited about it.
Why?
Yeah, you know what? When you were talking, I went and found my book. Is this the book you're talking about?
Yes, Go for No.
Okay. I read it way back in the beginning, and I'm going to start rereading it tonight, and I hope to have it done by Saturday, and maybe then I'll be excited about it.
So why aren't you excited right now?
I want to do it. I understand the concept.
Why aren't you excited right now?
Because
Is there fear?
I don't want to hear no 100 times. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
But see, the no's are not a personal thing, right? They're like a stepping stone towards us getting those yeses sooner rather than later. Like those no's just mean that we're moving in the right direction. And if we're looking
right. And that's why I know that I need to do it.
What?
That's why I know I need to do it. It's going to create action. So it's going to do something one way or the other. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I need to take action. I need to do something to create action. So will this do it? Yes. Am I looking forward to it at this point in time? No, not really. But I'm going to read the book by Saturday, and I will have changed my attitude. Perfect.
And I appreciate your honesty too. And I think if you guys wanted to hear more about it, go to YouTube and just look up Go for No. This gal, Andrea Waltz. But Go for No is the book. But I know Andrea Waltz has a lot of stuff out there as well talking about Go for No. I think there's even an Instagram page for it. But I just think this, again, like Vicki, this will create action and activity. And when we're in action and when we're moving forward, even if it's with those no's, that creates passion and excitement, and it just keeps us wanting to move forward. And I think the more that we share on Team Act, our frustrations, all of it, the more that we're there for one another, we're just all going to grow, I think, in a really, really beautiful way. And one thing about this too is this, I think, allows all of us to go back and act like we just signed up, right? Go back to the customers. You could go back to your customers and share with them the new products and say, I'm going for 100 no's in 90 days. We just launched some brand new products. I would love to share with you what we have. Would you like to take a look at those, right? That could be a no. Going back to distributors that are stagnant, going through Facebook and looking at people that have commented or liked, or all your friends, anybody that you went to in the past that said no, coming to them again with a fresh, brand new perspective, being excited for their no, and telling them, I'm doing this challenge, this 100-day challenge. I have to get 100 no's. And I know that you said no once upon a time, or I know that you are a busy, hardworking, full-time mom, and I'm looking for people like you. I would love for you just to take a look at what I have. Tell me if it intrigues you or not. And if you're a no, that's great. You know, it means I'm a step in the right direction towards getting the 100. Yes, we can do it. I agree, Dwayne. So, whoop, whoop. Cute. Oh, it's Rich.
I was busy doing stuff and I didn't want to be a distraction.
In my head was like, I don't know who this dude is. I didn't want to ask him. I felt bad. I'm like, who's Wayne Peabody? You're
Hi, everybody. I love it. Go for no.
right? Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any ideas on how we could track it or any input on, I don't know, like,
I like what you said about keeping it on TMAC because people are going to get FOMO, like, hey, what's going on?
yes.
What's happening? What's happening? I want to be a part of it. So I think that was a great idea. Maybe you create a pin post and put everybody's name, and then maybe daily we just keep updating how many no's everybody's got. And then people like, wait a minute. I want to be a part of that. I don't know. That's just jumps in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy cats. What do you think, Laurel?
I think at the end of every week, like on a Friday, we could have everybody check in. How many no's did you get this week? Right? Yeah. And the goal too, like I said, is I think Jillian Fisher talked about this a couple weeks ago on the mastermind. She's trying to get 100 no's in 90 days. And she was frustrated. She's like, I'm not getting them. She's like, actually, there's too many people saying yes.
Oh, darn it.
It had that reverse effect, right? So
maybe because your posture's in a good state, don't you think?
Absolutely. 100%. So I know Joanna's in too. So awesome. Gloria Brinker. Hi, darling. Tanya Sheldon Jr. I won't do it tonight because I didn't hear from her. Yes, for sure. But Gloria Brinker, you guys, is a wealth of knowledge. She signed 11 customers last month. She is on fire. She has a whole caravan. I was talking about you earlier, Gloria. All the people you're taking to Kansas City, brand new people, getting a house that suits 20 people. So I'm going to have her on a Tuesday night, you guys, and have her train and talk about gut health because she is a wealth of knowledge, like amazing knowledge that makes sense, just makes sense. And she's helped so many people. So Gloria, remember that. I'm holding you to it. So you give me a date because you've stayed on this whole time. You haven't popped off, right? Okay. All right. So I will send out the Zoom. On Saturday morning, there'll be a team Zoom at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm doing an opportunity presentation at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And I just realized Rich sang you. I didn't get on yours last night. Oh, my gosh. Okay, anyway.
That's okay. We're signing up the doctor.
Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. And wow, okay. Anyway, I digress. But so Saturday morning, 9 a.m. And if you have ideas before then, will you please text me? Just things to make it really interactive or, like I said, again, ways to track it, or maybe we have one person take a week each week in the next 90 days where you take like 3 days out of the week and post something about your activity. Like it's your week to post on your activity or something inspirational, or maybe to do a live, all within Team Act. Just ways that we can grow in really big ways. That might be fun to have people take a week. So maybe you volunteer for a week so I don't just have to say, assign you a week and make you really uncomfortable.
I vote for Liddell to do a live and talk about her nose.
Yes.
Look at her face. Everything you want, people, is outside your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, you guys. And again, go back to your why, right? If we're going to go after 100 no's in 90 days, like my motivation for this came from the fact that I found my hunger again, and I've got a huge why that I want by the end of the year, by the end of November. So I'll just tell you, like, I want Pro 8 more than I ever have before. And I want, by the time my husband can drive again in November, I want him to be able to drive a Jeep. See, it makes me cry. So that's my goal. Like, I want him to be able to get into a Jeep, right? And I just want to show you guys that the Jeeps are real. Like, I want this team to see a Jeep, to be able to get in a Jeep, to be able to feel a Jeep, to know someone really personally that made it happen, so you know that it can happen. And I've said that before, but it's just different this time. Like, I want it more than ever. And so I just think this 100 no's in 90 days, if you want it to really, truly drive you, let's go find that hunger, find that pain, find that thing that you just want with all your heart to change in your life so that you're ready to just go with the rest of us. Because if you don't, You're just going to have to do it. The energy and everything. I just see it. I feel it. Like I want everybody talking about this team because of the community and the love and the excitement that we're creating, because we're going for the failure, right? We're going for the failures to find the successes. I just think it's going to be so much fun. Okay. So I'll get the link together. I'll send it out and I'll see you guys on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Be there, be square. I'm not taking no for an answer. Okay. Love you. Oh, we have to end in prayer. Hold on. Let me stop.